Squid Game never hides its secrets. Instead, it paints them on the walls. 456 players slept beneath drawings that no one noticed until it was too late. The games were there in plain sight, season after season. Let's take a look at every deadly game that I think are coming in Season 3, including a few wild, questionable, and downright hilarious fan theories, starting with the most painful of them all, monkey bars. But not like the ones from Recess. In this game, players must cross suspended bars hundreds of feet in the air, only some are rigged, either greased or loosened just enough to break under pressure. You risk it or die trying. It's kinda like the glass bridges in Season 1. Some might sacrifice others to test a bar, some might freeze, paralyzed between two bars, and a few might even start to notice patterns the game wants them to miss, but not before they splat on the ground. The monkey bar theory exploded after fans spotted it etched faintly on the wall in Season 2's dormitory scene, right behind the bunk beds, a silhouette of figures suspended mid-air below triangular poles. At first, most paid it no attention, but it soon became clear. 12 players spaced evenly, swinging their arms and legs desperately, trying to reach the other side. And it's not just the bars. One theory suggests that the twist is timed lights. The room flashes between red and green, just like red light, green light, and if you're moving when the light goes red, you fall. Can't move fast enough before the next switch? Splosh. But before we get to the next three theories about the dolls, let's delve into another chilling theory that has been gaining traction: the trolley problem. Imagine a game where players face a moral dilemma. A speeding trolley is headed towards 5 individuals tied to the tracks. Players have the option to pull a lever, diverting the trolley onto another track where only one person is tied. The twist? The identity of those on the track are known to the players, friends, allies, or even family members. This scenario forces players to make an excruciating choice: sacrifice one to save many, or do nothing and witness greater loss. It's a psychological torment, pushing contestants to their ethical limits. Perhaps the person on the single track screams your name, begging, but mercy doesn't exist here. And just when you think that the worst is over, the game gives you something new to fear: a second doll, a second chance to die. When the post-credit scenes of Season 2 revealed Chol-soo standing opposite the original doll, Young-hee, fans immediately started speculating. They aren't standing side by side, they're facing opposite directions, forming a corridor. If you grew up in Korea, you would have heard of this game, Dong Dong Dongdaemun. It's simple yet terrifying. Often compared to the London Bridge, Dong Dong Dongdaemun is a classic Korean playground game. 2 players form an arch with their arms, and the others walk underneath in a line, singing a distinctive melody. As the song builds, tension grows, until suddenly the arms drop, catching whoever happens to be underneath at that exact moment. In the childhood version, it ends in laughter, but in Squid Game, it would end in blood. Because if they're recreating this game, then they aren't just towering dolls, they're a trap. Players would be forced to pass between them as the melody plays, but when the music stops, the dolls will bring down something lethal, instantly eliminating any player caught in the wrong place. Some theories make sense, but others are complete bogus. After seeing the 2 dolls at the end of Season 2, fans immediately launched into another wild theory: Jack and Jill. In this version, the doll represents the classic nursery rhyme. Players start at the bottom of a steep hill, racing to the top where a single water well waits. The ones that don't make it are eliminated. This game would be a twisted blend of red light, green light, and an uphill obstacle course with its signature timed lights that flash between red and green. The theory caught fire online, millions of views, countless breakdowns, fan-made maps of the hills and all. But here's the truth, it never really made sense. Jack and Jill isn't a Korean game. It's not even a game, it's a nursery rhyme. This theory isn't just strange, it reveals something deeper. A tendency to force Western metaphors onto non-Western stories, to interpret everything through a familiar lens, even when it doesn't fit. But there is one more theory about the 2 dolls, because what if Chol-soo, the boy doll, isn't part of the new game at all? What if he is the result of Song Gi-hung's rebellion in Season 2? During red light, green light, Gi-hung cracked the system. When chaos erupted, Gi-hung didn't run forward, he hid behind players, using them as human shields before delivering the signature line.
We played these games before!
And it worked. Not for just him, but for everyone who listened. It wasn't speed or agility that saved them, it was strategy, exploiting the doll's line of sight and moving in her blind spots. And the VIPs? They definitely weren't entertained. So now the theory goes like this. Chosu isn't just a new doll, he's a countermeasure. A second scanner behind the players, meaning no more blind spots and no more hiding. It's the same game, but re-engineered to punish hesitation and strategy. Speaking of strategy, that's exactly where our next game comes in. There's one drawing that keeps reappearing in Season 2, a massive chessboard. This leads to widespread speculation that human chess might be the second game in Season 3. But this theory seems very unlikely. Because firstly, in a chessboard, each side has 16 pieces. 8 pawns, 2 rooks, 2 knights, 2 bishops, 1 queen, 1 king, we get it. But if you go back and look at the dorm wall, what do you see? One shape, repeated endlessly. A cross, just a tiled pattern. If anything, it's closer to checkers, and even that feels generous. But here's the theory. Players would choose a leader, probably Gihon, and the frontman leads the other side. Everyone else becomes a piece. You get assigned a role, follow orders, and if you're captured, you're executed. Sounds crazy, right? Now stop and think. How is that even remotely fair? Pawns are guaranteed to die, and in the setup, they don't get to choose anything. Their fate is decided by someone else's strategy. That's not Squid Game. The illusion of fairness is the show's anchor. Everyone starts with the same rules. You win or die based on your own actions. But this chess theory? It breaks all of that. It replaces fairness with hierarchy. And going back to Gihon, he's the man who wandered through Season 1 making decisions based on intuition. He's not pulling off fighty chess tactics. He's not even playing checkers. He's surviving with gut instinct and empathy, because that's his whole thing. And we haven't even touched the worst part yet. Stalemates. In real chess, stalemates are more common than wins, and ending it with a draw is the last thing Netflix will do. Yeah, good luck selling that to an audience who just watched half the cast get sniped for nothing. Given these contradictions, fans have proposed 2 other games that align more closely with the show's narrative and cultural context. Baduk, also known as Go, is a popular Korean board game emphasizing strategy and territorial control. Played on a 19x19 grid, the objective is to claim territory by placing black or white stones and strategically surrounding your opponent's pieces. While the rules are simple, the gameplay itself is incredibly complex, requiring the ability to read your opponent's intentions several moves ahead. Unlike chess, which is focused on capturing individual pieces, Baduk is about slow domination, sacrificing pieces when necessary. It's not about brute force, it's about patience. And Squid Game players? They don't have any. Another intriguing theory suggests a real-life adaptation of Minesweeper, the classic computer game that once lived on every Windows desktop. In the original game, players clicked on tiles in the grid, trying to uncover all the safe spaces without triggering a hidden mine. Some tiles reveal numbers indicating how many mines are nearby, helping players make strategic decisions. This concept would be absolutely insane in Squid Game. Players would have to navigate a giant grid, stepping carefully across squares where some conceal real-life mines. And while Minesweeper plays on logic and chance, another fan theory leans into emotional manipulation, a theory based on Season 3's promotional image. Why Did You Come to My House, also known as Flower Scavenger Hunt, is a traditional Korean game that combines both teamwork and strategy. In the game, 2 teams face each other, holding hands. Each round begins with a haunting call and response song.
우리 집에 왜 왔니 왜 왔니 왜 왔니
찾으러 왔단다 왔단다 왔단다.
The flowers are players. Each team chooses one member from the other side to pluck, then challenges them to rock, paper, scissors. Win and you steal the player. Lose and they stay. This continues until one team has the majority, and in Squid Game's version, the team with the fewest players left will no doubt get squid wiped. Effective. You see, this game mirrors the mechanics of Mingle in Season 2, where players were forced to form alliances just to betray them after. And unlike Dong Dong Dongdaemin, which seems to rely mostly on timing and luck, Flower Scavenger Hunt introduces real social strategy and the potential for deeply personal betrayals. Even the end credits scene may have hinted at this. The 2 shadow dolls, they aren't standing side by side, but facing each other, a visual nod to the 2 singing teams. If Squid Game really leans into this game, we won't just see players just trying to stay alive. we'll see them choosing who deserves to die. If you don't want to be the next player splattered under the monkey bars, hit that subscribe button. I break down every twist, trap, and theory so you don't have to fall for them. Literally. Stick with me, and you might just make it to the next round.